Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie, and this is Connie's Craft Along. Welcome to Friday night and the weekend. Don't know whether anybody has any wonderful, exciting plans for the weekend or not, but it is the weekend, and for those of us in Ontario and a few places around Canada, I know it's Family Day weekend, so it's a long weekend, and that is always a good thing. I'll be crafting. I'm actually working Saturday and Monday, and Sunday I have my synchro practice. So, it'll be a busy weekend, but it is nice to have that extra day. Mentally, it makes us think that we've got something special, even if we don't do anything different than our regular routine, or even if we have to work. But it will be good anyway. So lots of fun activities going on at Blue Mountain, I know. So I will check some of that out tomorrow. If you are here with me or joining me tonight, give me a hello. Let me know that you're here, and we'll just chat for a couple of minutes, and then we'll get started on some crafting. So check it out. Little different view behind me. There's no furnace. There's no hot water tank. It's the craft studio. So I am in here. I am not settled in here by any stretch. It was a crazy day because we did set up the big tables where I would hold my live classes or my in-person classes, which hopefully we'll be able to get to in the not too terribly distant future. But anyway, and I hadn't really figured out exactly where I would do my lives from, but right now we have a table that's sitting across from the long tables, and that behind me there is the window. So this is the table. I feel like this pointing, Peter Pointer. This is the table that I have crafted at ever since I set up the craft studio here, and it looks out the window into my backyard, and it's lovely. So I used to have a little different setup. The bookshelf and the cabinet that are behind me right now, they used to be down towards the other end of the room, but they are now near this desk and taking up some solid wall space as opposed to towards the windows and things. So we'll see how it goes. This may not be the final configuration, but it'll be the configuration for the next little while, because I don't think hubby wants to rearrange everything again. And it would mean I have to pack everything up and move stuff around, which I still will have to do a little bit, because you can't see right now, but I have no ceiling yet. He's started some of the foundational work for the ceiling, but he needs to do some work over on this side. There's still a beam that's exposed, and some heating ducts, air ducts, I don't know, stuff. Hi Donna, welcome. We're just gabbing about the craft studio. You probably noticed that the background is a little bit different. You don't get to stare at my furnace and my hot water tank anymore. So I am moving back into the craft studio. Hi Terry. I've been moving. Yes, I have been moving. And there's, you can't see it because what's behind me right now is actually almost kind of sort of not too bad. It's not fully organized, but it's there are some things that are set up there, and my desk is coming along over on this side, but everything from behind the computer back, it's chaos. There's cartons everywhere, there's stuff piled up, anyway, I'll be working on that. So anyway, perhaps we should do some crafting. What do you think? I'm going to flip us down and we can get ready. So for tonight, we have, we need a card base that is 4 by 11, scored at 5.5 7 and 9.5. So that's a little different than your standard card base. Number one, because it's long this way, as opposed to the 5.5 by 8.5 that we more frequently do. And there are 2 extra score lines on this, so you will see how that will come together as we go along. But that's what you needed. You need a piece of cardstock, and I said it could be a die cut or a punch or a cut shape. You could just cut a rectangular shape or something, and that is for your image, whatever you have pulled out from your stamp stash to stamp. It just had to fit between these 2 score lines on the front, and hopefully that was clear. To fit between center score lines, 4 1/4, which is this, by 2 1/2, which is this maximum size. So hopefully everybody has a piece that is smaller than that. So anyway, yes, I know, don't my roses still look awesome? And they smell wonderful. So every time I come down to the craft studio, I can smell those lovely roses. And the cats have not destroyed them, because the cats do not come down here. Nah, 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 nah. Yes, they are monsters. Okay, then we need a die cut, punch, or cut shape for our sentiment. So I have used the seasonal shapes, seasonal labels, I think, that have carried over from the fall mini catalog, and so I've just chosen the 2 sizes. This looks like it might be a little bit big compared to this, but we're going to go with it for tonight. Okay, then we have 2 pieces of designer series paper, which is your pattern paper, that are 1 1/4 by 4, and we need 2 of those. That I have selected the 6 by 6. This is one of the in color packs. So this is the 6 by 6 pattern paper that comes in all of the neutrals, brights, subtles, all the in colors. So that's what I am using there. And then we need just a small piece of cardstock. It could be a small shape of some sort, or something long and narrow. It doesn't entirely matter, but you'll see what we do with that as we go. Can't give away everything just yet, can I? And then, of course, the usuals, whatever stamps you'd like to use, some ink, adhesive, your bone folder. Probably don't need paper snips, but that's always on the list. And of course, some embellishments. So, okay, let's get started. So the first thing we are going to do is our stamping. So you have a piece of cardstock that we cut to stamp our image on, and a piece for our sentiment. Tonight I am using, whoops, that's, oh, sorry, just grabbing a piece of scrap paper here. That's got a lot of glare, doesn't it? So I am using the Calming Camellia stamp set this evening, which is part of the celebration rewards for hosts. If you host a workshop, or you gather orders, or you have a really big wish list, but if you spend $375 or more, you will receive this stamp set for free, in addition to all of your other rewards that you get, your stamping rewards and your free celebration items and all the rest of it. So this is a lovely stamp set. There's some beautiful shading in this stamp, so it is lovely. And this is the one that I am going to use. So I have that. This is mint macaron cardstock. My card base was just jade, but I'm using mint macaron for that. And this designer series paper was mint macaron, not just jade. So this isn't from the from the In Colors. This is actually from the Subtles package. Sorry about that. Okay, and I am going to stamp with Just Jade ink. So you can go ahead and stamp your image. My image is bigger than my piece of cardstock, so it will hang over, and that's fine. That's how I planned it. This is a very large stamp, so it would need a whole card front, but I don't have a whole card front, so it's going to be this size. And I'm just going to stamp that right down on there all over the place. Whoop, look at that, it's stuck. There we go. Alrighty, so there's that. And I'll just get this stamp cleaned off a little bit before I continue. There we go. Okay, and while I have the ink out and while you have your ink out, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. I have selected the Happy Birthday sentiment from the same stamp set. Let's see if I can get this straight. I did cut an extra one of these, but it's over on the other counter because I cut it before I moved. So let's hope for the best here. Hopefully I don't have to run and get it. Okay, I think that works. Okay, and then your tiny piece that we cut, if you have a small stamp or a portion of a stamp or something, you could stamp something onto this one. I'm using the little swirl, again from the same stamp set, and I know it won't all be on there, but I thought I would use it. We'll see what we can get. I'll try and know quite how I want to place it, but not sure how this is going to work, but we'll see in a moment. Might look a little funny because this is such a narrow piece. Let's see if I move it out. Well, it's not spectacular. A little strip of something stamp might have worked a little bit better, but anyway, it is what it is. Perhaps your whatever you have stamped worked out a little bit nicer than that. Okay, let's close this up. We are finished with the stamping. Get rid of this. And now, let's see what we're going to do next. We're going to bring in our card base, and I kind of think it might be easiest if you fold it in half. So fold your card base in half and burnish that with your bone folder, but don't fold the other score lines just yet. Okay. I will confess that I cut out supplies for 3 cards, and at about 7:15 tonight, actually earlier at 7:10, I said to my husband, okay, so I haven't actually made this card that we're doing in Connie's craft along tonight. Because I was supposed to work on that this afternoon, and then we got moving, and then time passed, and you know how it goes, right? Things just happen. So anyway, I didn't get it finished, but I had everything gathered, and I had stamped this main image. So then it was just a case of finishing it off. So I will share that one with you as well. So I'm going to adhere. Oh, well, I won't tell you what I'm going to do. I'll give you the next step. The next step is to adhere the designer series paper to your card base. But I really think I it's probably somewhat obvious, but I will tell you that we want it on the outside. So it's not exactly mystery stamp. It's craft along. So it's okay if I tell you where to put things, isn't it? I did mystery stamping last night, and I know some of the ladies were interested in in something where they could actually see what to do, because I was confusing them last night with just my verbal clues. But in the end, everybody's card turned out wonderful. They were all very different. I had done one thing that I had envisioned as my card, but my clues led people to do other things that were quite different. So it was a lot of fun. But the one lady is fairly new to stamping, and so I think she was getting a little bit frustrated because she kept saying, "I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know where to put this. I don't know what to do." And the other lady, who's one of her friends, is like, "Oh, just put it anywhere. You can do anything. You can put it up and down. You can put it across. You can do whatever you want." That's what she does. She just gives you all these random clues. Anyway, their cards turned out lovely. So, okay. Next, I am going to adhere my image to the middle, and I am going to pop it up with dimensionals. It almost should have had a border, maybe. I don't know. Hello, Lorna. That's okay that you're late. At least you're here. So glad you could join us this evening. We are mid-craft, so if you have your supplies prepared, what we have done thus far is just we've folded the card base in half, but we didn't fold the other score lines. The other score lines are on the top, and then we adhered the designer series paper. We also stamped our image on the one piece of cardstock. We stamped our sentiment on the white piece of cardstock, and the small piece or narrow strip that I suggested you have, that is very difficult to pick up. I stamped this swirl. I'm using the Calming Camellia stamp set. So I use that, and it's very tiny, but anyway, I'm kind of going with it. So it was a snow day at school. Oh, yes. You know what? It does disrupt your schedule, I'm sure, and your plans for the day, but how wonderful that you are close and you can be available and you can take care of the kids when, we get up in the morning and they say it's a snow day and the buses aren't running, et cetera, and mom and dad have to go to work. It's nice to know that Nan is available. So I'm sure that was greatly appreciated, and I suspect the grandkids had a pretty good day. You probably did too. Okay, actually, you know what? I am going to put this up towards the top, because then my sentiment won't cover up as much of it, because I'll put that down near the bottom here, I think. Yes, that will work. There we go. So you just want to adhere your image wherever you would like to adhere your image. And then we'll put the sentiment on. I'm going to put the sentiment on with dimensionals as well. But I don't want to have a dimensional under this edge here because I already have that lifted. So I just need to make sure that I put it in places where it will adhere to this. Yes, it is wonderful. I can't wait. Well, apparently I must wait, but I would love to have some grandbabies. And my daughter knows that. My son has told me I need to speak to my daughter, that he's not having any, not doing that, Mom. So talk to Laura. But anyway, and then maybe I'll just put a little bit of liquid glue here. that on there. Okay. You don't have to adhere anything with dimensionals if you don't want to, but if you do have dimensionals under your image, you want to make sure that your sentiment is going to be level when you put it on your card. And that's why I didn't put dimensionals. Oh, before you adhere it, oh, look what I've done. I did this correct on the first, on the other one that I made. Okay, so starting over, you don't want, you want, I'm sorry, ladies. Hopefully you haven't stuck your sentiment down. If you have, pull it off quickly. We do have to fold these things on these score lines. And I did even make one of these cards too. Okay, but then we don't want to adhere the sentiment over here. So what I want is just up to about the end of happy. So I have to, oh, I'm just going to pull these off and start fresh. I think that would be the easiest. Because they're totally sticking to me. Okay, so take two on the sentiment. So I'm going to put a little more glue here because now I really care how much that sticks. And then I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put another one up here, but close to where this is. And hopefully that's not, no, I don't think that will be on top of the other raised piece. Okay, and then I'm going to put that on here near the bottom. There, but it's not attached under this part. It's just attached here. I guess I could have put my dimensionals on there. Then I would have known exactly where they were going. But anyway, okay, so that is now on. And now you may be able to tell that we want this piece for the inside of the card. And I strongly recommend that you adhere this one with dimensionals because it is going to be a bit of a holder, and it works better if it's raised so that you can tuck your card underneath. And you can put this anywhere you like along here. It doesn't really matter where. Just somewhere along the edge, okay? And then your card, so your card would get mailed like this after we finish it. It has no embellishments. Holy mackerel, needs embellishments. Okay, what do we want here? I pulled out everything. Well, not everything, but an awful lot of stuff because I didn't know what I would want or what I was doing. I don't know that I want any of those. Not quite the correct green, that's shaded spruce. So I'm thinking maybe not. We could always color some, but let's see. I have gilded gems. This looks like it needs something, doesn't it? I think we need to put some gems on here. Just put like three gold pieces along there. We have iridescent. They're very, very pinky purpley. Pebbles. There's a lot of these new embellishments that are not available right now. I think this is just jade. I didn't write down what color it is. That looks like just jade. Maybe those. They might be kind of fun. Keep it all green? What do you think? Keep it all green or go for some gold? Anybody have any thoughts? I could look up what color this really is while you are thinking about what you might think would work better. But I'm pretty sure, well, it doesn't really matter what color it is. It looks like it would go. All Janice green. Don't you love spell check? I know you mean jade green. So we're all good there, Lorna. Thank you. Faux sea glass, page 33. Let's see what it says here for these. It says they are, oh no, just jade. I was gonna say, it actually says it's old olive, but that's that one. So it is just jade. Yes. At least it didn't put any bad words in. Okay, so we will, oh, Vera, you want gold. We could do both. We could put some green on here and then some gold over here. Okay, let's start with the green. And then we'll see if we want to add some gold as well. So maybe these are different sizes, but I think these are the same. So I think I'll put 3 of these along here. Oops. These things are oddly shaped, so it's hard to get them in line because they're all kind of different. You look at different places. That looks like it's tilting down, doesn't it? Let's see. Okay, I think that's good. And we could put some gold up in the other corner over here, couldn't we? Just, you know, just to get very blingy. I think so. Okay, Vera, we're going for it. We're going to do both. So then we will do. They're very stuck. We'll put these. Just kind of sprinkle these around, maybe. I think that can work. And Lorna, I know you might have wanted the green, but I bet you'll think this is okay because Lorna, girl after my own heart, says there's no such thing as too many gems. So we love it. We love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so there we have our card. And when perfect, see, I knew you'd back me up on that. When you send this, the recipient can then open it up and tuck this in here, and then it will stand on their desk on display. Oh, put a gem in there too. Yes, we could. We could add another one of these. Look, now we've got gold all over the place, Vera. I love it. And it will help to fill in some of this stuff that ended up looking a little bit plain because of how my stamp turned out. There we go. So that is your fancy fold. I don't know what this fancy fold is called. I'm sure it has a name. Oh, actually, I think I do know. It's called Bay Window, I do believe, or something along those lines. But whatever it is, it's a fancy fold. Thanks, Terry. I'm glad you like it. So that is the card. I did one with Balmy Blue, and no, I didn't do it. I cut Balmy Blue and I don't even remember what the second color was. I'm sure I did a second color. But I didn't get the card made. So, you know, I don't have that one. What green? So this is just jade, and this is just jade ink, and then the this piece for the image and the designer series paper are mint macaron. So I kept it all in greens. I was in a monochromatic mood today. So this is the other one that I did. So little different pieces here. I used the Stitch So Sweetly dies, but same stamp and same sentiment and same swirl here. This piece was a little bit wider, so it got a little bit more of the swirl on it. And this designer series paper, I had actually cut some smoky slate from the neutrals pack. No, I hadn't cut it, but I had the neutrals pack of this 6x6 out. And it's somewhere in the chaos. so at the last minute, I had these pieces sitting from a display that I had done when the last annual catalog kicked off, and they are from the Simply Elegant or Elegant something or other, the specialty paper. What was that called? Have it right here. See, I did have my my catalogs have been moved over, so they're close by. Simply Elegant. So it is this pack here with this gorgeous copper foil paper and the other things. But the gray, I love this gray sort of diamond pattern, and it is the back of this. I believe it was gold. Yeah. Copper, gold, or silver. But I think it's gold in this one. And I don't really care for this pattern. So the back is what I have been using when I've been using that paper. So, and because it's in basic gray, it worked perfectly. I just need to add some embellishments to this. That's where I ran out of time, because this is the card that I was finishing at 7:28, so that I could have at least 2 to show you. So I will have to put, I was thinking I would put some, we can do that right now, put some gems on here. The other thing that I did with this card is I stamped in basic gray ink on basic gray cardstock. And then I colored it with craft white ink, the white ink that we sell, and blender pen, because I haven't, they don't give instructions, but as a demonstrator, we get the recipes, so the ingredients of cards. And so I looked up because I saw they were using a blender pen on this card, and I wasn't sure what they were doing. So I looked up the sample recipe, and they said it was coloring with white ink and blender pen or something. Anyway, so I knew what they had done. But I don't, anyway, I wasn't quite sure how. They seem to have it a little more colored than me. Maybe I need to go back and color a little bit more. Anyway, I thought it was a really neat look, so I thought I would try it, and that's what it looks like on gray. And at first I wasn't sure, but I'm kind of liking it, so I think we will stick with it. But what do we think for gems for this? We could add some color. These are the champagne rhinestones. They're sort of, well, they're champagne colored, sort of peachy. Could do that, or we could just stick with silver on the gray. Maybe that, eh? That's not, let's keep it monochromatic. Could do pearls. I'm not sure that's quite right. And I don't know that I want black. I think I'm just going to go with clear rhinestones. When in doubt, clear rhinestones. They go with everything, don't they? And I had been thinking that I would do them on the sentiment. And I will put these down and then I will tell you why I thought I would put it on the sentiment. Or maybe you already know. How far out should I go? There we go. Now, do you think we need some over here too? Because I kind of like how this looks. What do we think? More gems? Oh, and we could do something in here too. I had to put the gems here on the bottom of the sentiment because I stamped it a little bit higher than center. The bottom is in about the middle, but then all the letters are above there. So anyway, I figured if I put the jewels at the bottom, it would look like I did that on purpose. Which of course I did. Of course I did. Yes. Okay. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but since I've already fessed up to messing it up, I don't suppose I could fool you ladies this time. So, okay. So we're going to put one big one in here. I'll put one big one over here, and then we have 3 sizes here, don't we? I think some of these clear rhinestones have been moved around. I seem to have big and small in the same row, but anyway, there we go. I kind of like a little bit of bling on that side. So there we go. There are the 2 cards. I will get these things out of the way so you can see them. Alrighty, it is, oh, look at that. That was a very quick card to make. But you have it all cut out. It's not actually all that hard to do or all that difficult to make, is it? So let me add myself back in here. Spotlight. There we go. Okay. So that is what I have for this evening for Connie's Craft Along. I will, this video will post on Facebook, and if you crafted along and you would like to put a picture of your card or what you have been crafting this evening up in the comments, I would love to see your projects. That's the one thing with mystery stamping. We show them right on the screen, which is fabulous because then we all get to see what everybody's made, but we don't end up with pictures anywhere. But anyway, feel free to post a picture of what you have crafted this evening, and then we can see all the beautiful projects. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have an awesome Family Day weekend. Monday is a holiday, but I will be live Monday evening for That's Fancy. I was thinking we would do a technique. I have not selected a technique. I have not made any samples. I was thinking of a couple things, but a lot of them you absolutely need to do in advance because they require drying time. So not quite sure yet what we will do, but I will find something. We will get together, we will play, we will craft, we will chat, and I do hope you will join me. So have a great weekend and hope to see you all on Monday. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.